Now, by far, one of the fan-favorite characters within the Skywalker saga is without a doubt Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker that we all got a glimpse of course, in the originals and the prequels, and how he played such a major role in other projects like Rogue One: A Star Wars Story as well. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars, alright, is that we do know that they are currently really trying to pick up the scraps and put everything together again and really make things whole again for the Star Wars fandom to enjoy. You know, coming out of The Rise of Skywalker, we do know that a lot of fans really walked away from the franchise and said, nope, no, not anymore. You know, pretty much they were finished at that point in time. Those are the exact type of fans that Bob Chapek, the new Disney CEO, is focusing on. He's trying to draw back the lost Star Wars fans. In other words, the real passionate Star Wars fans that had such high hopes for the sequel trilogy that all fell apart with The Last Jedi by Rian Johnson, and even more so with Kathleen Kennedy interrupting with George Lucas's and J.J. Abrams' plans for Episode 9. Now, when we go ahead and fast forward to Disney Plus here, all these new Star Wars TV shows that are currently in the works, they have over 10 years worth of content under development. That really does tell us exactly how ambitious Disney really is, and what they really have in store for the fans to enjoy around the world. Essentially, what they want to do is they really want to create this library, if you will, this massive library of Star Wars live-action and animated Star Wars TV shows, and then the movies will serve as their own thing. You know, also connecting to the universe, but being its own thing as far as how it's going to be treated. You know, the movies will be movies, but the shows, they want to actually do in excess. They really want to make it like a library's worth of material. So, with that being said, of course, what's really exciting all has to do with the character of Darth Vader. Now, given that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finally finished with The Rise of Skywalker and are putting the sequel trilogy behind themselves, they are now focusing on their new Star Wars universe as well as their new Star Wars trilogy of movies. However, it's noted that both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are currently developing over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects on Disney Plus alone, in order to give the fans as much authentic material as possible moving forward. One of the major projects that Disney is currently working on is a new Disney Plus Star Wars TV series starring Darth Vader that is labeled as both a Vader series and a Jedi Purge TV show that will involve the Jedi in hiding after Order 66. Now, it's said that Bob Chapek wants to sell on the character of Darth Vader more so in Disney Plus shows, such as Kenobi and even Cassian Andor, for starters, and finally the Vader TV series that is set to also include Mace Windu in the new show. So let me stop right here for a second, is that they really are trying to not only bring back the Skywalkers in a more relevant way, but also the most iconic villain of all time in pop culture, Darth Vader, right? A lot of fans love Darth Vader, whether you're a Star Wars fan that's, you know, labeled as a hardcore fan or a casual fan. A lot of fans out there love the character of Vader. Vader is Vader, and that's pretty much, you know, a big part of Star Wars. So given that Chapek is really doubling down on using Darth Vader in multiple TV shows, you know, be it in Cassian or Kenobi or whatever it may be, you know, this Jedi Purge show, they really want to expand on the character to really tell more about him in the form of live action. And we got a little snippet of that in Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. You guys may recall, obviously, that if it weren't for the reshoots, we wouldn't have had a lot of Darth Vader in Rogue One. And I think that we do have to give a lot of credit to, you know, Gareth Edwards for really kind of pushing for more Vader footage to be used in Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. So, gotta thank Edwards for that at the very minimum. Now, beyond all of this, further it's described that actor Samuel Jackson has already been in the talks to not only star in his own show, but to also take part in the Darth Vader TV series that is set to take place some years after Order 66, that will make Darth Vader the main villain in the show, hunting down Jedi across the entire galaxy. It said that actor Hayden Christensen also has been in the talks to not only return as Vader for the Kenobi series, but also for the Vader/Jedi Purge TV show for Disney Plus to bring Vader back to life for the fans. Now further, it additionally described that the show will also include Darth Vader's secret apprentice, known as Starkiller for the first time in live-action form, and will be getting a major upgrade in the new show for Disney Plus. Now, Starkiller is actually said to have a different appearance in Disney's version that will differentiate it from the video games like The Force Unleashed. Now, I'm not quite sure how a lot of fans are going to react to that, redesigning Starkiller and making him look different. It all depends. Is it going to be a minor difference, or is Starkiller going to have a significant design change in comparison to how he was used in the video games, right? Now, a lot of fans out there love Starkiller. A lot of hardcore fans, I would say, more so love Starkiller, not just because of who he was and how he was designed in the video games and what he actually, stood for as a character, but also how he was modeled after Luke Skywalker's original name, Luke Starkiller. You can see the inspiration there. It's a very interesting transition to making a Star Wars villain / hero, if you will. Now, not just that, alright, but also the series will also tap into Vader's personal struggles as the Sith Lord with the loss of Padme Amidala, and that the show will be somewhat modeled after the Star Wars comics that released back in 2018. The Vader series is said to be aimed for a 2025 release on Disney Plus. Now, this is right around when the second Star Wars film is due for release. It was originally set for 2024 until the global pandemic hit, which initiated a setback for pre-production on the series. Now, the show is going to feature the unknown regions in greater depth, as well as new revelations about Emperor Palpatine, where even Ian McDiarmid has been given the opportunity and has been in the talks to do work on the show when they plan to begin filming sometime in early 2024. George Lucas is described to already be laying the groundwork for the show and will be in charge of the overall structure since he created the character of Vader from the very beginning. So, we have George Lucas once again involved in a project that's going to include Darth Vader. Now, do I think that this is the right path to go? Making it a Jedi Purge TV show with Darth Vader being the main villain, I think it's fantastic. I think that there's no other way to really do it, to be honest. I don't think that you could really have a Vader TV series just focusing on Vader alone in and on itself. I think that by them using the Jedi as the main focus and then Vader as the backdrop is a very fantastic idea. I think it's a great transitionary phase to making Darth Vader a little bit more relevant and showing us his personal struggles with the loss of Padme and trying to resurrect her, stuff around those lines, I think is really going to be very, very strong. Now, the show is best described as a survival series, alright, centering on the Jedi that are hiding with Mace Windu, being somewhat of a leader in the Outer Rim territories on a world that Vader is searching for. So they want to make Mace Windu this leader in hiding, if you will, kind of bringing the Jedi back, or at least trying to bring the Jedi back, forming this underground Jedi Academy. I have to say, it's a very interesting idea and concept that they are trying to form throughout the years. We're not going to see this thing until 25. It's rather upsetting that it's that far away. But like I say, it will be here before you know it. Like anything, look at The Mandalorian Season 2. It felt like it was just yesterday when they were announcing Season 2. And here we are. They already announced, Season 3 and Season 4 for The Mandalorian. So a lot is being worked on over at Lucasfilm to make Star Wars as best as possible. Now, the Kenobi series is said to also be done in a similar format and is planned to tie directly into this new Vader show. Given that Kenobi is set to begin in March of 2021, filming of course, Hayden is said to begin filming scenes for it as soon as April next year to return as Vader for the first time in over 10 years. Let that sink in for a moment. Hayden coming back for the very first time as Vader in over 10 years. Can he pull it off? I think he can. I think a lot of fans need to give him the opportunity that he deserves to come back into the Star Wars world, given that he missed his chance with Episode 9. So, you know, guys, you know, like I said before in the past, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.